Good morning. Aloha. This is Terra. I'm so happy that you're here with me. It is Monday, and we are live from the healing valley of Manoa. It's just me today. I want to make sure that we have some beautiful flowers here with us. So I'm Terra. This is Live Yoga Channel. Thank you so much for joining. And today we're going to do a 75-minute Hatha Yoga practice. So wherever you are, let's go ahead and find some comfortable seated position to get us started. With your spine long. We have a new space this week and next week. I'll be leading. So thanks so much for joining. And we'll find some comfort in a long spine, easy cross-legged position. So whether you have lots of space or your feet are closer to your pelvis, take your thumb and your first fingertip together, roll the shoulders up and back. Go ahead and close the eyes and begin to draw your awareness to the breath as it moves in and out of the nostrils. Giving yourself permission to focus your energy inwards. Acknowledging this time as a focus to go within and to build the life force energy from within. So as our to-do lists and the thoughts of all of the busy tasks we need to do for the day show up in our mind and our mind's eye, we simply return our breath, return our focus to the breath, and exhale, let it go. Setting our intention for our practice today. Self-care, power, relief, restore. Whatever word comes to your mind's eye first, let this be an intuitive hit and a reason why. We can keep coming back to our why when we need focus throughout our practice. Go ahead and open the eyes. And we'll begin with a round of Kapalabhati skull shining breath. This is going to help to relieve subtle tension from in and around the beautiful, beautiful brain. So we'll do a forceful exhalation through the nose. And what that does is you draw the belly button back towards the spine. Let's see if I can come closer so you can see me. So you'll do a forceful exhalation through the nose and then a passive inhalation to follow. I don't really like that. Okay, so inhale, exhale, 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 exhale. Keep going. So pump that belly button back towards the spine with each forceful exhalation. Exhale, 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 exhale. All the breath. Hold all the breath out, and then we'll do Kumba, breath retention. So take your hands and press them into your thighs. Draw your shoulders up to your ears. Tuck your chin into your chest, and then draw up all the pelvic floor muscles as if you're keeping yourself from going to the loo. Squeeze the belly button back towards the spine. Close the eyes and keep the gaze in between the eyebrows. Kumba, breath retention. Hold here. And then when you need some breath, simply release the holds Inhale slowly through the nose. Exhale. Beautiful. Let's move the yoga into our eyes. I want you to keep your head and neck center, moving only the eyes. As you inhale, exhale, look down, look up, look down, look up, look down, look up, center. Another breath in, exhale, look far right, far left, far right, far left, far right, far left, center. Another breath in, exhale, look down, far right, look up, far left, look down, center. Another breath in, exhale, look down, far left, look up, far right, look down, center. Now, instead of stretching the eyes, we're going to focus the eyes. So bring the right hand out, not about shoulder height, not too high, not too low. Take the index finger and reach it up towards the heavens. Take your gaze to your fingertip and then look past your finger. Take your gaze back to your fingertip. Inhale. As you bend the elbow, slowly draw the finger towards the nostrils. Extend the elbow, take it back out. Doing your best to not blink here. When the elbow is straight, look past the finger. Bring your gaze back to the fingertip. Bend the elbow. Try not to blink here. It's okay if you do. But that's the focus. Extend the elbow. When the elbow is straight, look past the finger. Last time. Bend the elbow. Gaze at the fingertip. When the elbow is straight, look past the finger. Healthy, healthy eyes. Let's go ahead and take our hands together. Rub them fast so we can build up some heat, some prana, some life force. The Hawaiian word for life force is mana. Let's take the right palm and cup it over the right eye. Take the left palm and cup it over the left eye. Do your best to not let any light come in through the fingertips as you gaze into the black abyss of the center of your palms. Breathing gently through the nose for healthy, healthy eyes. We spend so much time sitting in front of these computers and our cell phones, sending some healing energy. We're so very grateful for the gift of life to see. Go ahead and release the hands. Interlace the hands. Extend them. Press them away from you. And then up overhead. Reach. Draw the shoulders down. And then the chin is parallel to the earth. Feel the back of the neck long. Close the eyes. And begin to draw the awareness to the breath as it's moving in and out of the nostrils. And then engage your ujjayi breathing. You're going to feel a slight constriction in the back of the throat. Some call it like Darth Vader breathing. But in yoga and in our practice today, we can call on this breath, this ocean-like breath. It helps to calm the nervous system, keep us engaged. It also serves as a sign if we're efforting too much and we have a hard time finding our ujjayi breath. Go ahead and release the hands. Then that's a sign from our body to back off some. So we'll go ahead and back off. If we feel relaxed in the face and it's easy to smile and you're considering taking it to the next pose, then please do so. Otherwise, just stay where you are. This is your practice. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and bring the back of the palms to touch. We'll take the right palm over the left, interlace. We're going to bend the elbows, draw the elbows down and away. We're going to stretch. We're bringing the yoga from the nerve endings from our fingertips up the wrists, the elbows, and the shoulders. Let's go ahead and bring it back. We're going to switch sides. And maybe you'll feel more open or more tight on this side. This can change from day to day. So go to your degree. Maybe you can go 1/4 of the way. Maybe you can go half the way. Maybe you can go all the way to your degree. And breathe slowly here for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring those hands back towards your body. Shake it out. Let's extend those legs out in front of us. We're going to bring yoga to the toes. So let's do toe cranks here, moving only the toes forward and back. So coming into stick pose, so the feet are directly out in front of you, feeling supported underneath. If you want to put your hands, you can claw your hands, you can lean back just a little bit, but try to have a long spine here. We'll move only the toes for 1 release, 2 release, 3 release, 4 release, 5 release, 6 and hold. Go ahead and release. Let's take the right leg over the left, and we're going to interlace our toes, just like we did our fingers. We're going to go for 1 toe, 2 toes, 3 toes is fantastic. 4 toes is magnificent. Wherever you get, give it a try here. What we're doing is we're warming up the nerve endings from the tips of the toes, up through the knees, all the way up to what the yogis refer to as one of the most vital nerves throughout our body, the sciatica nerve. And it connects our upper torso to our lower half of the body. And so we're activating here as we squeeze, 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 and release. Let's go ahead and move to the other side. Maybe you can do more toes on this side. Maybe you do less. Whatever it is, keep a positive attitude. We like to say, consider and see yourself successful in the future. Say maybe next week, maybe next month. Keep a positive mindset. Squeeze, 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 and release. Let's warm up the vayus, bringing yoga into the ankles. We're going to move our ankles forward and back for 1 release, 2 release, 3 release, 4 release, 5 release, 6 and hold. Let's make circles with the ankles, first clockwise. 5 and 6, opposite direction. Bringing up, let's warm up to the knees. We're going to bend the left knee, grab onto the elbows underneath, sit tall. And then we're going to make circles with our knee. First clockwise direction, 5 and 6, and then opposite. Extend the leg. We'll bend the right knee, draw it in towards the chest. Grab onto the elbows, sit tall first, and then make circles. First one direction, 6, and then opposite. Extend the leg. We're going to come up to the front of the mat, bend your right knee and take the right heel on the inside of the left thigh. Take the left ankle on the outside of the left hip, and then we're going to walk our body back. Perhaps this is your pose. This feels good for you, and you're able to feel a nice lengthening all along this big quadricep muscle. Stay here and breathe. Perhaps you have the privilege to come back down onto your forearms and rest. Rest here. You can just let your head drop back. Perhaps you can come all the way down, resting your spine on the floor. And if you have the privilege to do this, you can take your arms up overhead, grab onto your elbows, and breathe slowly here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands. We're going to help the body upright. We're going to switch sides, taking just as much time coming in on this side because we may feel more tight or more flexible on this side. So, as we've been saying, this can change from day to day. So we're honoring our body, and it may depend on how much sleep we had last night, what we ate for dinner. So just honor it. It may feel different. So taking our time, we're going to walk our body back, breathe here. Feel this nice opening in that big muscle group. And then come down onto your forearms. Maybe let your head drop back. Breathing here. Slow and steady. for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Help the body upright. And then everybody, let's come to meet at the front of the mat in your Tadasana. Bring your feet together. Roll the shoulders up and back. Keep the hands, let the hands just hang with the weight of gravity. Go ahead and close your eyes. And feel your feet connected to the floor. Visualize your feet connecting to the earth below. No matter if you're practicing at the park or you're up on the 28th floor of a high-rise building, we can visualize our feet connecting to the earth plane, rooting in to the soil systems and connecting and receiving healing energy. Feel connected to the earth plane, the earth's energy, grounding our electrical body. Connecting to all of life, feeling so very grateful for our earthly body and our connection to all of life on earth. Next, let's bring our introspection to that space in between the eyebrows. And let's visualize the last most beautiful sunrise or sunset we've seen. As yogis, we pay respect to the celestial body, the almighty sun. As the sun, each of us have personal relationship to the sun, and the sun provides so much. All of life on planet Earth is connected to the life force of the sun. We receive so many benefits each day from the almighty sun. So let's move through Surya Namaskar, which translates to respect for the sun. We'll move with breath. Go ahead and inhale deeply, open the eyes. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer position at the heart. Inhale, take your arms up overhead. Look up, look back. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist. Now this is the first forward fold. This is the first stretch of the day. Please, no overstretching here. If you want to bend the knees, that's totally fine. You can take your hands to the fronts of the shins, maybe the back of the ankles. Perhaps you have the privilege to bring your fingertips to the earth. Let your head hang heavy, as if the top of the head is growing down closer towards the top of the feet. Your breath is slow and steady here. If you have the privilege to bring your fingertips to the earth, perhaps you can bring your palms to the mat and take your fingertips facing backwards. Breathing slowly here. Bring the weight towards the balls of the feet so the sits bones are pressing up towards the heavens. Relax for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your fingertips facing forward. Bend the knees gently. Take the left leg back. Drop to the knee and the top of the left foot. We're going to inhale into Ashwashan, Shalanasana, Equestrian Pose. So take the hands down by your side. Your chest. Take the chest up towards the ceiling. We're lunging into our front right leg, and we're balancing on the big toe, the right big toe, and then also on the left knee and the back of the top of the left foot. So the heart is open to the heavens. The gaze is as far back on the ceiling behind you as feels good for now. And we're breathing slowly here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands. Tuck the toes. Exhale, send the right leg back to meet the left. Now in the West, this pose is often referred to as downward facing dog. In the Himalayas, which is where our teacher's from, they call this mountain pose. The body's shaped like a mountain. So we're pressing into all four corners of our palms. We're letting our head hang heavy. Our gaze is in between our ankles. Our elbows, the inner part of our elbows are facing one another. Roll the shoulders down the back so that the armpits are facing one another. The sits bones are pressing up towards the ceiling, and then you're drawing your heels, visualizing your heels going evenly down towards the mat. It should feel good here. Breathing slowly for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop to the knees, chest, and chin. Come up onto your fingertips, squeeze those elbows in, and then your gaze is down your nostrils. So you've got two toes, 2 knees, 2 hands, your chest and chin. Ashtanga Namaskar, 8-limb pose. It's a nice upper back bend here. Breathing slowly for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your hands. Slide your legs back. Let your belly come down to the earth. As you inhale, draw your chest up. Go ahead. Let's just bring our forearms down to the mat. So we're going to slide our chest through. The tops of the feet are on the mat. The butt is soft. You're inhaling. You're looking up through your eyebrow center, up towards the heavens. We call this Sphinx Pose. This is a variation to Cobra or Up Dog, and it's especially wonderful as we're warming up. And 1, we're going to go ahead and release. And draw the hands underneath of the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Press into the palms. Lift the hips back and away. Press back into mountain pose. The hips are up. The heels. Notice that one heel might want to reach the floor more than the other. See if you can take both heels down towards the floor evenly. Go ahead and inhale. Draw the left foot in between the hands. Drop to the knee and the top of the right foot. We're going to open up the chest. Let the hands fall down to the side. Take the gaze up as we lunge into that front left knee. And look as far back on the ceiling behind us. Staying focused on our breath. Bring a smile to the face. If it's hard to smile throughout our practice, this means we're efforting too much. And it's a sign from the body to back off some. Keep a smile on the face. It's only going to last for a while. 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands back to the mat. We're going to tuck the back right toes. Exhale, bring that left leg up to meet the right. And then forward fold. Let everything hang. The body's starting to warm up here. So if you had your hands on your shins, perhaps now you can bring your fingertips to the earth. If you had your fingertips to the earth, maybe now you can even bring your palms and face the fingertips backwards. This is your practice. Just take notice to the subtle shifts as the body warms up. If your palms are on the earth, maybe you have the privilege to bend the elbows and use the strength of the arms to draw the chest closer to the thighs. And 1, we're going to exhale. Bend the knees. Inhale, draw the hands up and overhead. Look up, look back. Exhale through prayer position at the heart. Release the hands to the side. Let's do the same thing on the other side. This time we'll move through the 12 salutations, moving with our 12 breaths. So inhale deeply, open the eyes. Exhale, bring the hands through prayer position at the heart center. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Look up, look back. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist. Bend the knees, body in half. Take the right leg back. Drop to the knee, in the top of the right foot. As we inhale, Ashwashan, Shalanasana. Lunging forward. Release the hands. Tuck the toes. Exhale, mountain pose. At the bottom of the exhale, we're going to drop to the knees, chest and chin. Ashtanga Namaskar. Drop the belly. Slide the chest through. Keep the palms on the earth. Inhale. Tops of the feet are on the mat. So we're doing cobra. Look up and back. Exhale. Release. Tuck the toes. Press into the palms. Lift the hips back and away. Downward facing dog. Mountain pose. Take the right foot in between the hands, drop to the knee and the top of the foot. As we inhale, Ashwashan, Shalanasana. On the other side, release the hands. Exhale, the left foot up to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale, take the arms up overhead, look up, look back. Exhale through prayer position at the heart. Release the hands, close the eyes. And take notice to sensations swirling in and around your body. Body's starting to warm up here. The heart is beating slightly more swiftly. And in that space in between your eyebrows, let's please visualize the most beautiful moon that we've seen in the night sky. We just had a new moon. So over these next few days, you're going to see a crescent moon, a sliver of the moon in the night sky. It's the beginning of the phase, new moon cycle. It's a beautiful time to clarify, set goals for the next 28-day cycle. We'll do this next round of Terra Namaskar, paying respects to the other celestial body in the beautiful sky, the almighty moon. Inhale, deeply open the eyes. Exhale, hands to prayer position at the heart. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Look up, look back. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist. Bend the knees, body in half. Take the left leg back. Drop to the knee and the top of the foot. This time, as we inhale, we're going to bring our hands through prayer position at the heart. And then take the arms up overhead as we lunge into that front right knee. Crescent moon position. Take the gaze up towards the sky. Take your chest as far up and back. Look as far back on the ceiling as you can. We're balancing on the big right toe, underneath of the big right toe, and drawing that right knee in towards the midline of the body. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands, tuck the toes. Exhale, send the right leg back. Mountain pose. See if you can notice that maybe the right knee wants to press back to the wall behind you more than the back of the left knee. See if you can press both knees evenly back behind you. After your next exhalation, we're going to drop to our knees, chest and chin. Go ahead and inhale, drop the belly to the earth. Press the palms. Look up, look back. The butt's soft, the tops of the feet are on the mat. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, press the hips back. Let's take the left foot in between the hands, drop to the right knee and the top of the right foot. As we inhale, our hands through prayer position, then we're going to lunge forward. Take the arms up overhead coming into crescent moon position. Balancing, drawing the left knee in towards the center line of the body, taking our chest, our heart up towards the sky, and then our gaze is far back on the wall behind us. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands, tuck the back right toes. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, hands together. Inhale, the arms up overhead and back. Exhale, come through, prayer position at the heart. Release the hands to the side. Close the eyes and take a nice cleansing breath through the nostrils. Exhale slowly. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, deeply open the eyes. Exhale, hands to prayer position at the heart. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Look up, look back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. Take the right leg back, drop to the knee and the top of the foot. Inhale through prayer position as we lunge, crescent moon. Release the hands, tuck the back right toes. Exhale, mountain pose. At the bottom of the exhalation, keep the breath out as we drop to knees, chest and chin. Gaze down the nose. Release the belly to the floor. Take the tops of the feet to the floor. Inhale, slide that chest through as we come through. Up dog. Butt soft. Tuck the toes, press through the palms, lift the hips. Mountain pose. Take the right foot in between the hands, drop to the knee, the top of the left foot, bring the hands through prayer position at the heart. Draw the arms up overhead as we lunge towards crescent moon position. Release the hands, tuck the toes. Exhale the left foot up to meet the right, forward fold. Hands, inhale all the way up overhead. Look up, look back. Close through prayer position at the heart. Let your hands come to the side. Go ahead and close your eyes here. See if you can take your awareness to the beating of your heart. So very grateful to utilize the earth elements, air, earth, water, fire, and ether to create transformation in and around our body. With each fresh, focused breath, we're taking in through our nose, our healthy lungs, the lower lobes, the middle lobes, the upper lobes. Our entire respiratory system is taking in fresh breath and purifying this oxygen, sending it to the heart, where then this fresh oxygen mingles with the fluids of the heart, all the blood, and the ventricles and auricles of our healthy heart. Then send this fresh blood, this fresh oxygenated blood to every cell of the body. And right now, you may be able to feel the vibrancy around the capillaries of the fingertips, the toes. The skull is vibrant. So very, very grateful for the systems of the body. Let's go ahead and open the eyes. We'll come into our first asana of today. Chair pose. So I'll come sideways, but I want you to bring your knees and feet are together, okay? And you're going to bring your hands through prayer position. Squeeze those knees and ankles together. Hands through prayer. And then begin to sit the butt down. So bend the knees as if you're sitting down in a chair. Take the arms up overhead. Now you have options here. Yogi's choice. So you can keep your arms parallel or in steeple position. But I want you to take your arms as far back as you can. The idea is to have the biceps parallel to the ears. Sit down a little bit further, chair pose. Now, squeeze the knees together, engage the belly, draw that belly button, engage the core, draw the belly button back towards the spine. Sit down a little bit further and then reach through those fingertips. Go ahead and lift your toes up off the mat, just your toes. And then take your gaze through the eyebrow center. Keep the face soft, smile on the face. And we're breathing slowly for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Sit down a little bit further. 2 and 1. Inhale, stretch up, look back. Release the hands. We're going to go immediately into a counter pose. So interlace those hands back behind you. Draw them down the spine. Now to your degree, draw the hands as far back as you can. As you exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist. And then allow your hands to come away from the low back as to your degree. Bring them up towards the ceiling. And then just let your head and neck hang. Draw the chin in towards your chest. And take the arms as far overhead. This is a beautiful counter pose. Draw the chin into the chest and let the top of the head come down towards the top of your feet. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your hands, bend the knees, and then roll the spine upright. How slow can you go? Great job, yogis. Coming back towards the center. Now, moving on with our chair series, we're going to come into twisted chair. So we'll bring lots of internal massage to our organs. First, we're going to bring our attention to the mighty, mighty stomach. So we'll bring our hands through prayer position at the heart, bend the knees, and this time sit down. And then take your right elbow on the outside of your left knee. We're going to begin to twist from the belly, stacking the shoulders. Sit down a little bit more. And then twist the head and neck and take your gaze over that left shoulder. We're going to stay here. And if this is good for you and you'd like to take it to the next position, you can keep your right elbow on the outside of that left knee. Take your fingertips down to the earth. Take your left arm up towards the sky. Look past those fingertips. You can stay here. You can also bend that elbow and take your hand on the outside of your right hip. If you have a bind available today, you can reach for that. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to release. Bring our hands back to center. We'll do the same thing. But on the other side, bringing so much love and attention to the hardest internal organ, hardest working internal detox organ, I should say, our almighty liver. So bring the hands through prayer position. This time, as you bend in the knees, we're going to take our left elbow on the outside of our right knee. Begin to twist from your waist, stack the shoulders, and then take your gaze, look as far over the right shoulder as can. Sit down a little bit further. You can stay here, or you can keep your left elbow on the outside of that right knee. Take your fingertips to the earth, and then take your right fingertips up towards the sky. Open up the shoulder, look up. Breathing slowly here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Bring your hands back to prayer. Beautiful. Great job, yogis. We're working. Next, let's take our, we'll come back into the middle of our mat. And I'll go sideways so you can see. Let's make a table to go with our chairs. So hands through prayer. Take the arms up overhead. Reach through the fingertips. Now your arms can be parallel or in steeple. But get tall first. Really grow tall. And then hinge at the waist. Keep your biceps parallel to your ears. Reach through your fingertips. And then your gaze, you're looking down directly from your nose onto the floor. Pressing out evenly through your sits bones. Reach through those fingers. And get strong here. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your hands, bring them to prayer position, bend the knees. We're going to take the right leg back behind us. You can keep your hands in prayer position, so we're coming to balance on that left leg. Take that right leg as far back as you can behind. This is a balance pose. And then you can keep your hands here, or if you don't have a neck or shoulder injury, you can take your arms overhead. Reach through those fingertips. Take the hands back through prayer, and then we're going to pendulum. Bring that leg all the way through. Lift it up as high as you can. See if you can get that big toe as high as your hip bone. Smile at the shake of the leg here. It's only going to last for a while. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and shake it out. We'll come to the other side. So we're going to bring the balance onto the right leg. Bend that right knee. Send the left leg back behind us. It's okay to wobble. It's okay to fall. Have some fun with it. Let's keep a positive mindset. Hands are in prayer position. Perhaps you can reach them up overhead. Reach, reach, reach. Press through the heel. The big toe of the left foot is in alignment with the center of the body. Reach for 3, 2, and 1. Hands back through prayer. Swing that left leg through all the way up. Lift it as high as your hip bones. Smile at the shake of the leg. With the knowing that as everything happens in the universe, it's only going to last for a while. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Shake it out. Great job, yogis. So let's come to swaying tree. We're going to take our feet to the outside edges of the sticky mat. Inhale the arms up overhead. Take your right hand and grab your left wrist. Inhale, lengthen. Stick that left hip out and then use the strength of the right arm to draw the left arm over the right side of the body. See if you can rotate your right armpit slightly more forward than the left, and then take your gaze over your left bicep up towards the ceiling. Inhale up. We're going to switch sides. Take your left hand and grab your right wrist. Send your right hip out. Use the strength of your left arm to draw your right arm further over the left side of the body. Take your gaze past your right bicep. Take your left armpit more forward than the right. Breathing slowly here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come back to center. Release your hands. Great job. So everybody, we're going to come with our feet 5 inches apart. I'm going to come to the side so you can see me. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist. Now what we're going to be doing here, we're going to hand to feet pose, Tadasana. But I want to make this inclusive for all levels. So if you're feeling tight behind here and you have your hands on your shins or the backs of your calves, just stay there. And we're going to breathe slowly. For the rest of us, we're going to take our hands, get our fingertips underneath of our toes. See if you can get your palms underneath of your feet. Maybe you can even get the toes all the way up to your wrists, so then you can press down onto your palms and even massage those wrists with your feet. Let the head and neck hang. Drop that chin in towards your chest. And if you're here, you might have the privilege to bend your elbows and use the strength of your arms to draw your chest closer to your thighs. Breathing steadily here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. We're going to bend the knees, release the hands, and then everybody, we're going to take, actually, if you have your hands still on your thigh, on your shins, stay there. Everybody else, we're going to take our 2 peace fingers. We're going to wrap them around our big toes. We're going to straighten the elbows, press down on the balls of the feet. Look up in front of us. See if you can look where the floor and the wall in front of us comes together. Perhaps you can look a quarter way up the wall, halfway up the wall, 3/4 of the way up the wall. Maybe you can even see where the wall in front of you meets the ceiling. We're getting a nice upper back bend here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, bend the knees. Tuck your chin into your chest. Bring your hands to your mat. And let's everybody walk back into mountain pose. Bend the right knee, send the left heel to the earth. Straighten the right elbow. Bend the left knee, send the right ankle to the earth. Extend the left elbow. Straighten both knees, send both heels down towards the mat evenly. Go ahead and lift your left leg up off the mat. Keeps your hips and shoulders square. The left big toe is going to be in alignment with the midline of the body. Your right elbow is straight, pressing down into all 4 corners of your palm. Lift that heel a little bit higher. And then as you exhale, swing it on through as we prepare for Veerabhadrasana 1. So we're going to take our right heel to the earth, our toes that are about 2 p.m. Our hips and shoulders are square. So as we inhale the body upright, we're going to rotate our hips as if we have a flashlight at our right hip. We're shining forward. Lunge into that front left knee. Take the hands through prayer position. And then extend the arms up overhead. Take the gaze in between the eyebrow center. And then take your right armpit slightly more forward than the left. Lunge a little bit more forward into that front knee. And then in the final pose, you're listening to the symphony of your breath. Inhale. We're going to transform the body as we open up into Veerabhadrasana 2. So take your right toes back just a few inches. Open up the body. So now the hips and shoulders are square to the side wall. Open up the arms. Take a swift glance back to make sure that our back right arm is even with our front arm. Lunge into that front left knee. Turn the head and neck to where you're gazing down your fingertips off into infinity. Strong like a warrior. Warrior 2 position. Inhale, take the right arm up. Lunge more into that front knee. Avaya Veerabhadrasana, fearless warrior. Smile at the shake of the leg. Take your gaze in between the eyebrow center. up towards the ceiling. Smile at the shake for 3, 2, and 1. Release the hand to the mat, inside of the part of the mat. Press down into the palm. Open up the chest. Take the right arm up towards the ceiling. Heel toe, heel toe. Maybe walk your back toes back just a couple inches. Open up the chest. Look up towards the fingertips. Perhaps this is your pose. Maybe you can even bend your elbow and take your right hand on the outside of your left hip. Maybe you even have a bind and you can release your hands and reach your left hand underneath of that left thigh. Grab onto your peace fingers and then take your gaze over your right shoulder. Open up the chest. We're getting a nice gentle massage to the brainstem here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your hands, drop the knee. We're going to heel toe, heel toe. Let's do Kondanyasa, everybody. So how this works, this is an arm balance. We're going to take our hands just underneath of our shoulders in push-up position. We're going to walk the right knee back. And what happens here is that left elbow is going to hook on the left inner thigh. Okay? So that's phase 1. And then as we bend the elbows, I can lift the knee and then hook my right elbow into that right hip flexor, that right hip bone. And then I bring my body weight forward as if I'm in chaturanga, and then I can begin to play with lifting my toes up off the mat. And I'm balancing on my wrists and hip bones. Give it a few tries. A's for attempt. After you've given it a few tries, then everybody, let's press back into child's pose, taking your hips towards your heels. Take your forehead to the mat. Take a nice, long, slow inhalation through the nose. Exhale gently and slowly. And then return the breath to normal. Feeling the earth supporting you underneath your forehead. Feeling the brain falling forward and just resting. Feeling so very, very grateful for this brain. It sits inside of our skull. Our brain and the entire nervous system. So very grateful for our ears and our auditory nerves, the middle ear, the inner ear, the outer ear. You're able to hear my words. The auditory nerves connect to the brain and the mind, the intellect. Knows how to make sense of my words, and then so you're able to move your body in ways to transform it and change it and move stagnant energy for vibrancy and healthy living. So very, very grateful. For our entire nervous system and the gifts we receive through our human body. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, we're going to meet back in mountain pose. We're going to do the same thing to bring balance and harmony to our solar side. So let's bend the right knee, and we'll send the left heel to the earth. Extend that right elbow. Go ahead and lift the right knee up off the mat, the right leg up off the mat. Press through the heel. The big toes in alignment with the midline of the body. Lift it a little bit higher. And then as you exhale, swing it on through. Bring the left heel to the earth. So your toes are at about 10 p.m. And then as we inhale the body upright, we're going to open up those hips as if we have a flashlight on our left hip shining forward. We're going to lunge into that front knee. And with our hands through prayer position at the heart, we're going to inhale the arms up overhead and then take that left armpit slightly more forward than the right. Take the gaze in between your eyebrow center. Lunge into that front knee. Becoming strong like a warrior for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Let's transform the body. As we exhale, take the left leg back just a few inches. Open up the left hips and shoulders so that they're parallel to the side wall. Glance back swiftly to make sure the arms are at the same height, and then lunge into that front knee. Turn the head and neck to gaze down the front fingertips, off into infinity. Inhale the right arm forward, Abhaya Veerabhadrasana, fearless warrior. So lunge into that front leg. We're gripping the mat with the back, outside part of our back foot. Our arms are up overhead, and we're going to keep our belly from collapsing on this front thigh. We're lunging forward, and then our gaze is in between our eyebrow center, up towards the heavens. Smile at the shake of the leg. It's only going to last for a while. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your hand. Open up the chest. Take the hand up towards the ceiling. I like to wiggle my back foot back just a little bit so that I can lunge. I can drop my pelvis closer to the floor. Open up the heart for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find your bind if that's accessible today. Release your hands, drop your knee, heel toe. And we'll come to Kandanyasa on the other side. So hands in prayer position, hands in push-up position, underneath of your shoulders, bend the elbows, and then as if we're coming into like chaturanga or a yogi push-up position, we're gonna hook that inner elbow, the right inner elbow and the inner thigh, and then come forward, walk the back knee back, and then hook that left elbow into the left hip. And then begin to play with lifting your feet up off the mat. Give it a few tries. A is for attempt. B is for balasana. When you've given it a few tries and you're ready to take a rest, everybody, let's meet in child's pose. Take a nice long inhalation through the nose. Open the mouth and let out a nice Return the breath to normal through the nostrils. See if you can feel the entire back side of the body inflating with fresh breath, fresh life. Feel the backs of the kidneys receiving fresh oxygen, the back of the heart, all the way up to the back of the neck, and then exhale slowly. Letting your body rest, feeling so very grateful for the heart organ, as we can feel the beating of the heart. Dum, 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 dum. That's everybody. Let's meet. We're going to come back into mountain pose. Go ahead and press the right heel down to the earth. Lift the left leg up. This time, bend the knee. Stack the hips. Take your gaze underneath of your left armpit. This should feel good. Press down powerfully into your right palm. Inhale, lengthen. And then as you exhale, swing it on through. Swing that left knee up towards your left wrist. Take your left ankle over towards your right wrist. Walk the back knee back. The key to the pose here is on the back leg. So you're going to come to rest on the top of the right knee and then the top of the right foot. Now everybody, let's sit up tall. Let's make claws with our hands and then let the pelvis sit down. This is a prep pose. So this may be plenty. Open up the chest, look up, breathe slowly here. We call this proud pigeon. We're going to come into twisted pigeon. So take your right hand on that right thigh. Sorry, that right hand to your left thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Take the left hand on the back, on the right thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Begin to take your gaze past your left shoulder, as far back as you can on the wall behind you. Should feel good here. Twisted pigeon. Release your hands. Come back to center. This time we're going to open up. Now, perhaps your foot is happy here. Perhaps you want to take it more into a 90-degree angle. To your degree, this is your practice. So make any adjustments. And then we're going to open up the chest as we look up. And then exhale, come to rest. Forward fold over that bent shin. You can make a pillow with your forearms and just let your forehead rest. Breathing slowly here. After your next exhalation, we're going to bring our hands back to the mat. Inhale, walk our body upright. We're going to take our hands to mountain pose. Walk the knee in, tuck the toes. Exhale, send that left leg back behind you. Make X's and O's to shake out that leg. And then take the foot to the earth. Let's do the other side. So send the left heel to the earth, bend the right knee. Lift the leg up, stack the hips, bend the right knee. Look to the ceiling under your right armpit. As we exhale, we're going to swing our right leg through, positioning it, your right ankle towards your left wrist, your right wrist close to your right knee. So let's find our proud pigeon on this side, honoring we may feel more flexible or not on this side. Breathing here and just allowing the long spine to help settle the pelvis closer to the floor. Long, slow inhalations. Deep, gentle exhalations. You can stay here. We're also going to prepare for the twisted pigeon. So let's take the left hand to the right thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take the right hand to the back of the left thigh. So as we inhale, we'll lengthen through the spine. And then as we exhale, twist and take the gaze over the right shoulder as far as we can on the wall back behind us. It should feel good. for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Open up the chest. Make any adjustments to your foot. Maybe it's happy how it is. Maybe you'd like it more in a 90-degree angle. Square off the hips and shoulders as best as can as we inhale, and then exhale, fold forward. Coming to rest over that bent knee. Take long, slow breaths here. Exhale slowly. As we inhale, we'll begin to walk our hands back towards the body. Tuck the toes. Send the right leg back behind you. Shake it out. Make X's and O's. Whatever you'd like to do to bring some energy back towards your right hip and leg. And then let's walk our feet halfway to the middle of the mat. We'll walk our hands back to meet the feet. And then everybody, let's come into squats pose. We have options here. We're going to move into our inversion part of the practice. So if you have any wrist injuries, or perhaps you're on your moon cycle and it's not a good time to be doing inversions, that's okay. We're going to give you options here. You can stay here in squats pose, and you can do variations that work for you in terms of releasing the low back and twisting out the spine. For the rest of us, we're going to come into crow pose. So bring the hands in push-up position underneath of the shoulders. We're going to take the knees on the outside part of the triceps. Lift the hips. Begin to make shelves. I like to make 90-degree shelves with my arms, and then I press those knees into the backs of my triceps. Begin to play with lifting one foot, then the other. Give it a few tries here, and if you can go straight into your headstand from here, by all means, go ahead and do so. And if you don't have a headstand practice in the middle of the room, that's totally fine. You stay within your degree. For those that do, you can do variations, or let's everybody come down and then we'll make choices here. If you'd like to do your headstand practice in the middle of the room, by all means do so. The rest of us are going to practice Sarvangasana or Queen's Pose. So we'll come to a long spine on the mat. Take your legs up and then bend your elbows. Take your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Take your feet together. Your toes are together. This should feel comfortable. Your chin is in your chest and your gaze is in between your big toes. Breathing slowly here. Whether you're in headstand position or shoulder stand, let's everybody take our legs wide. Everybody bring your legs up towards the ceiling. If you're in shoulder stand, let's take our left leg over the head towards the earth. If you're in headstand, let's do splits. Bring your left leg up. We're going to switch sides. Right leg up. If you're in a headstand position, do any variation that you'd like. If you're in shoulder stand like me, let's take both legs over the head, coming into plow position. Halasana. If you have the privilege of your feet to touch the earth, then you can take your hands off of your low back and interlace your hands. Draw them as close to the mat as you can. Let's bend the knees. Release your hands to the low back. And we're going to roll out of the position as slowly as we can. If you're in headstand, come down. Use the strength of your abdominals. And everybody will meet in a mini Shavasana. Let your head and neck rock from side to side and back to center a couple times. And then everybody, let's come into fish position, fish pose, Matsyasana. We'll bring our heels together. I like to bring my hands underneath of my butt, palms facing down. The heels and the toes are together, facing down, down and away. And then inhale, lift the chest and the head up. Let the elbows come together underneath, and then let the head drop back. Coming to rest on the top of the head. You can take your bottom set of teeth past your upper set of teeth. These are your fish gills. We're relieving the stress from the inversion practice from our head and neck. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Let your hands come to the side. Rock your head from side to side and back to center. Let's bend the knees and bring the heels towards the buttocks. Take your hands long, palms facing down along your side. We're going to press into bridge pose, further engaging the back. So inhale, lift the hips up. Walk the hands back. Perhaps you can interlace your hands underneath. Squeeze those knees together. Lift the hips even higher. You can stay here, or if you have full chakrasana, wheel position, you can take your arms overhead. You can press into those palms, lift up into your full wheel position. Yogi's choice here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's everybody come down slowly, extend the legs. Let your head and neck rock from side to side, back to center. Let's extend the left leg directly out from your hip. Let's take the right foot on the left thigh. Let's take the left hand on the outside of the right foot. Take the right arm directly out from your shoulder, palm facing down. Take the left hand and help guide the right leg over the left side of the body. You can stay here, or if it's comfortable, take your gaze down. Go ahead and twist your head and neck and look down your right fingertips. And 1. Release your hand. Help guide your body back to center. Extend your right leg directly out in front of your right thigh, your right hip. Bend your left knee. Take your left heel on your left thigh. Extend your left arm, palm facing down. Take your right hand on the outside of your left thigh. Exhale. Help the left thigh over the right side of the body, and then twist your head and neck if that's available for you, and look down your left fingertips. Breathing steadily here for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Release your hands overhead. Take your left wrist, grab your right wrist. Take your left hand and grab your right wrist and pull, pull, pull to one side. Do the same thing on the other side. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Reach through your fingers and your toes. Exhale, we call it a yogi sit-up. Help the body upright. We're going to do one more pose. Let's do a forward fold to help cool the spine down. So with your legs directly out in front of you, inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Now, depending on where you are with your practice, maybe you have your hands to your shins, and that's totally fine. Maybe by now you can take your peace fingers and wrap them around your big toes and help your chest come closer to your thighs. Maybe you can even grab onto your wrists or your hands in front of the feet. Wherever you are, though, it's okay. And we're just gonna lengthen in the spine and then drop the chin towards the chest. This is helpful. And come back to that visualization of the top of the head reaching the top of the feet. This is a nice cooling posture for the entire body. Go ahead and release. Roll the spine upward. Do anything to shake it out. And then I'd love for everybody to turn 180 degrees and come to rest, lying on your spine, flat on the mat. If you have a blanket that you'd like to put on you, that's totally wonderful. If you'd like to remove your hair bun so you can rest your head, once your feet about 12 to 18 inches apart, feet flopping to the side, your palms about 12 inches away from your hips, palms facing up. And just allow your body to rest here. This is what we believe to be the most important position of our practice because it helps to integrate from the rajas, that mode of passion that we've been working to engage the body, move the body, transform all of the elements and the stagnant energy to detoxify and clarify our health. We bring in the mode of goodness now to integrate and have ease and balance. So I'll go ahead and walk us through a guided relaxation to help, or it's an active relaxation to help quiet the mind, to help engage the mind for this part of our practice. Go ahead and lift the left foot up off the mat 2 inches. Flex, point the toes, flex the calf, tighten the quad, and then let the leg flop. Same thing on the right side. Lift the leg 2 inches, point, flex, and flop. Squeeze the buttocks. Draw the belly button down towards the spine. Squeeze, 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 and then relax the entire hips and pelvis. Inhale, draw that breath all the way up the side body. Draw the breath all the way up to the chest and shoulders. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Open up the mouth and let out a nice sigh. Let the breath go. Return the breath to normal. Go ahead and lift the left hand up off the mat 2 inches. Make a fist, squeeze, tighten the arm, and let it flop. Lift the right arm up off the mat 2 inches. Squeeze, tighten, and flop. Keep the back of the head on the mat. Draw the chin into the chest, chin into the chest, chin into the chest, and release. Let the head and neck rock from side to side and back to center. Inhale, lion's breath, Simba. We're going to draw all the energy to the mouth. Open up the mouth, stick out the tongue, bug out the eyes. Make a funny face. Let the breath return to normal. Inhale, draw the energy up to your forehead, your eyes. Squeeze your temples, squeeze your ears, squeeze every hair on your head. Squeeze, 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 and release. Let it go. Let everything go here. Allowing your body to relax completely. Nothing to do. Should thoughts come into your head, visualize them coming and going like clouds passing in the sky. Nothing to do but be. Total relaxation. Begin to allow your awareness to bring attention back into the physical as you feel the breath expand in your body. Bring your awareness to the belly as it expands and contracts naturally. Allowing your thumbs to touch each fingertip. Wiggle the toes, inhale the arms up overhead. Stretch like a kitty cat waking up from a cat nap. As you exhale, let's everybody roll over onto our right side, pausing in fetal position. Could feel good to rest on your right forearm. Take your left hand to the belly. Take a moment to pause and send some appreciation to yourself for rolling out the mat and doing practice today with me. We draw upon these practices to build our intimacy with ourself, our self-connection, our self-care, growing our self-love. Knowing that when we do this, we're able to take yoga off the mat and into the world. And when we see people in our day, they notice something's different. So when you're ready, and only when you're ready, let's everybody press into our palm and help the body upright, returning to a comfortable seated position, facing forward. Palms on the knees with the thumb and the first fingertip touching. Tilt the chin down ever so slightly so that the crown is open to the heavens. Feel rooted, supported by the earth plane underneath your sits bones, your feet, your ankles. And with the long spine and each undulation of the breath, feel connected as you grow the top of the head towards the heavens, connecting to all that is your highest self, Atma. Exhaling down the spine, plugging into infinite earth, vibrant living. As above, so below. As within, so without. Let's bring our hands to the prayer position at the heart. What an honor it's been to share in this practice together. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis. What an honor it is to share in this practice. I'm Terra. This is Live Yoga Channel. My counterpart, Evan, he's usually right here with me. He coaches women's beach volleyball at University of Hawaii, and they're getting ready. They're on spring break, getting ready for their season. So this week and next week, I'm going to be teaching live here at Live Yoga Channel. So please, it'd mean the world to me for you to hop on so we can do this together. We started this channel last year in 2020 from the pandemic, and we wanted to create Cyber Ohana and stay with our practice and share it with others. So in respects and gratitude to all the yogi masters before us, our yoga teacher is Yogi Charu, Erica Faith, Cloud9 Yoga, Stella Luna Yoga, all the great yogis and influences and friends and maestros that help share this practice with other humans. Such an honor to be with you. If you learned anything, if you liked our practice today, please leave a comment. We're growing our subscribership. It'd mean the world to me if you'd subscribe so you can help us grow here on YouTube. If you'd like if you're not getting something you'd love, please give some feedback. I'm happy to adjust and help to make this work for you. What an honor it is to share with you in this practice. I'm Terra. This is Live Yoga Channel. Thank you so much for joining. I'll be back again on Wednesday for the Trust Your Gut Club, which is a meetup for all things digestive health and well-being, as well as chair yoga, where we do a 30-minute take a work break with me. And so we do chair yoga is great for all of us that are spending way too much time at the computer, and it helps to open up the low back and the hips so we can just feel juicy and loose in this body and not get all so bound up. And then I'll be back here on Thursday morning doing our classical hatha practice. So thanks again, everybody. So grateful that you could be here with me today. Have a beautiful day. Aloha.